So we'll first start in the mountain. So feet on the ground, okay, sitting tall, and just close your eyes. Okay, take a few slow breaths. Since we're in Marin, we'll call it Mount Tamalpais pose. So you're being like a mountain. Feel your feet pressing down. That's the base. And then as you breathe in, feel your spine a little taller. The top of the head is like the top of the mountain. So start to lift through the center of the head, almost like a string is pulling you skyward. Just take some slow, deep breaths. We're going to start by just first noticing your body. Notice the back. Notice your shoulders. Notice your position of your head over the spine. Notice your arms, so right arm compared to left arm. This just might be a sensation you're observing, maybe not obvious, just noticing. Take a slow breath in, long breath out, and then notice the hands as they touch the legs, maybe just the temperature of the hands. This is called the body scan, just using awareness to see what's going on. Take a few more slow breaths now. We're going to start to breathe into the stomach. Let's place one hand on the stomach, below the navel, one hand on the upper chest. As you breathe in, you're going to push the belly out like a balloon. As you breathe out, pull the belly in towards the spine. So this may not be your natural breath. If you need to see, I'll just show you from the side. I'll exaggerate a little bit, but you're pushing the belly out on inhale. Exhale, belly in. But try to do that with breathing through the nose. Your belly pushes out on inhale. Belly pulls into the spine on exhale. Without the mouth though. Keep the mouth closed if your nose is not stuffed, and try it with the nose breath. This is the first part of what's called three-part breath. If you start to get that movement, then the next part you breathe into the belly and then the upper chest like a wave. Breathing in, belly out, and then the ribs and chest expand. As you exhale, the chest falls and the navel pulls to spine. Again, it's probably not your natural breath, which is why we do this for concentration and centering the mind. And it's also relaxing for the nervous system when we slow the breath down. Try one or two more. And then try it with your hands on the lap without the hands touching now. See if you can try 3 rounds, same breath. Breath in through the nose, middle, then upper chest expanding. To calm the mind. When you feel stressed, if you ever do, we all usually do, you can just try that. You purposely breathe into the belly and then the chest, and it calms the mind right away. Kind of keeps you calm. So for the rest of class, don't worry about the specific way to breathe, just comfortable breath. Okay, we're going to warm our body up now. If it's not comfortable sitting tall away from the chair back like that, you can always relax your back as you need for support. I didn't mention this, but you always can bring in a cushion. We don't have here at this church, but you always can bring a cushion for your low back if that's better too, to help you sit tall. Okay, but if you are comfortable with it, you're purposely trying to sit tall mountain pose, which strengthens the back muscles. And then we're going to warm up starting with your arms. So just relax your arms alongside you. We're going to inhale, stretch the arms out, just shoulder height, exhale down. Okay, adding a neck movement, we're going to lift the chin up now, reach the arms up a little higher, upward hand pose. Exhale, chin down, arms down. Warming up the shoulders, the arms. Keep going, also stretches the side body. Go at your own pace, exhale when you lower, chin down, arms down. Inhale up. Called upward hand pose. Now as you do that, start to feel the feet press down as the arms reach up. Become aware of the whole body. 2 more, a little stretch to the side body. On your last one, reach up through the fingers, stretch, feel if you can feel stretch all the way up to the fingertips, and then exhale, lower chin down, shake it up. Good work. And now out to the side. Inhale the arms up, just shoulder height. Exhale down, lowering the chin, keeping the neck movements if you like. Inhale. Exhale, you can think of your arms like wings, your wings attach at the shoulders. Okay, now as you keep it going, go at your own pace. Start to stretch the arms away from each other as you inhale. Exhale, relax, chin lowers. 3 more. Inhale. Extending, exhale, chin down. Last one, inhale, and now keep the arms up, sitting tall. And now we're going to make some rotations of the arm bones. So the thumb's going to rotate down and then back. But it's really the whole arm bone. And if any of this hurts your shoulders, just modify. Some of us, like if you had an injury or it hurts, you always can go below like this. Just modify. Shake it out, relax. Okay, good. Stretch your arms out in front of you. Okay, shoulders relaxed. We're going to flex and release the fingers down and then flex the hands for the wrist joint a few times. Okay, and then this is from Qigong. It's called wrist flops. You go like this, like you're shaking water off your hand. You flop your wrist as quick as you can. It'll feel a little interesting. And feel some energy moving to the wrist, and then just relax your hands. Okay, close your eyes. Notice the wrist joints. Now we're going to do some cat-cow movements for the spine. So stretch your arms by the knees, straight arms now. We're going to round the back gently like a scared cat. If that hurts rounding your low back, just skip that part. But then join us for cobra, where you lift the heart, or cow, and then repeat. You exhale, rounding. Inhale, arching. And if you look from the side, it's the... If you start at the pelvis, you're kind of rocking the pelvis back. There's the rounding action of the spine. And then when I rock the pelvis forward, I lift the heart, shoulders back. There's the back bend. It's not so much about the head. Let's try a few with the head center. The head's just looking forward. You inhale, back bend. Exhale, rounding, cat, cow. You can just keep your arms, if you like, alongside the knees. Now we'll add the head. So let the head move a little bit. Inhale the chin up. When you do the back bend, exhale, relax the neck as you round. Go at your own pace. This is for energy to get from your spine and release tension in the back body. We'll try a similar one from Qigong called spinal flex now. It's kind of the same action in the back, but your arms go like this. You make fists with your hands. When you do the back bend, like a scarecrow shape, you lift the heart and the elbows can draw a little down, a little gentle opening to the shoulders. Then when we round, it's just like the same cat-cow, but the arms are moving. You bring the head towards the hands and then repeat. Inhale, opening the heart, exhale, relaxing, rounding. Maybe rest the head. Continue. Spinal flex. Every day, as long as it feels comfortable. It's good to move the back and the joints and all the vertebrae. Let's try one more. Inhale, opening. Exhale, relaxing. Close your eyes, mountain pose, and observe the back. Okay, spinal twist now. Arms come up. We're going to do a version that the arms are going to be like windshield wipers. You bend one arm, the other straightens, then you inhale center, add the breath now, and switch as you exhale. You're inhaling arm center, exhale. When you twist, twist gently. And if it's comfortable on the neck, look at your back arm as you twist. And keep going. Imagine your arms are sliding on water. We did cat-cow, forward bend, back bend. This is the twist, and now we're going to do a lateral bend. So first shake your arms out, sitting tall. We'll do crescent moon, bring the legs together. We'll lift one arm up, breathing in. We'll take your right arm up, it'll be like a mirror, and then gently curve. Okay, and we're not going to hold yet. Inhale, center, exhale, lower, and then switch. We'll go side to side, breathing in, exhale, curve. Keep going. Now notice the body naturally wants to kind of rock, meaning one buttocks will lighten up. I'm exaggerating. If you keep going, you'll fall off the chair. But try to keep both buttocks equally down so that when you go to one side, go to the right, press the left buttocks down. If you feel that, then you get more of a stretch through the lower back. Okay, then now we're going to hold, breathing in, left arm up, sitting tall. You can bring your legs together if you like. Exhale, curve to the right, and now hold. Press the left buttocks firm into the chair, so equally distributing weight. And then notice how the breath can nicely expand the left side of the ribs. Side stretch for lateral bend, flexibility of the spine. Okay, inhale up, lower, and let's just close your eyes before we switch. Do you feel a difference right to left side? Take a deep breath, see if it's easier to breathe on one side. Can you feel that a little bit? Mm-hmm. It's good to feel comfort in breathing because we do it every second. So the yogis say, there's a quote from a yoga master, says, if you can breathe, you can do yoga. Yoga's, he says, is about the breath because breath is about life. So breath is key, even in the movements. Okay, right arm up. Okay, the stretch, senior stretch, this class is called. The stretch would just be like, just stretching the muscle. But the yoga difference, crescent moon, is you're breathing, feeling like a nice lift, keeping the right buttocks pressing down. It's just a little more of a conscious awareness with breath. Makes the difference between just a stretch or a yoga pose. If you want to just do the stretch part, since it's technically senior stretch class, you can just stretch and skip the breath. But I'll point it out for those of you that like. Okay, inhale and lower. And the breath also helps you go deeper. If you notice as you exhale, you can relax, like a big sigh. And we're actually going to do shrugs now. So that really will show you as you exhale, it's like a sigh, the shoulders drop. So let's do like a sigh, in through the nose, out through the mouth. You breathe in, shoulders up. Sigh through the mouth. Let's close your eyes, 2 more. Letting go of frustration, tensions, letting go. On the exhale, last one. Okay, good. And now just roll the shoulders out, shoulder rolls. The other way, big circles forward.
Poor back. I've broken every vertebrae below my neck.
You've broken all your vertebrae below your neck, you said?
Yes, thankfully, yes.
So you're feeling this. Does it hurt or does it feel?
You just feel it.
You just feel it. Okay.
The lower back is the only one that ever hurts.
That hurts, yeah. But see, like for this movement, the shoulder movement, this is how you still can like move the shoulders sometimes, because if your back's hurting, sometimes people say, I'm not going to do the stretch or do the yoga, and then the shoulders don't get their mobility. So you just don't do what hurts, but it's great you're doing.
I never do what hurts.
Yeah, perfect. You got
but
your body.
If I'm aware of it, it's okay.
Perfect.
That's the difference, I think.
So you got good knowledge of your body, but it's good to keep moving all the joints you can. Bodies and motion stay in motion. I said last night, it's the law of Einstein, is it? The physics law. So same with our bodies, you move as much as you can. Okay, so now we're going to do a neck stretch. You're going to take your arms out. You're going to reach your fingers down to the ground. And then chin lowers. You're going to roll the right ear to right shoulder and then hold. Okay, then take your right hand, lightly touch the head to stretch the left side of neck. I'll be like your mirror here. You don't need to pull too hard, just a little touch. Breathing slow. And if you move your hand to a different part of the head, it might stretch a little different part of the neck. This can also, you have muscles that go from the jaw, it's called the platysma, all the way down into the neck. So it's all connected. So see if you can relax your jaw. And that all connects. Okay, good. And then we'll switch. Breathing in, arms out. Exhale, chin down. We'll roll left ear to left shoulder. And optional, left hand to the head. And hold. Neck stretch. This was one of the very first yoga poses I did when I was like 17. I started doing a Lilias Folan video. She used to be on PBS, Alive with Lilias, and she used to do a neck stretch. Okay, then we'll switch hands. The simplest of same hand but switch position. Go to another part on the head. But the most simple stretch or pose can be so beneficial. And then release. Okay, now we're just going to roll it out, little circles in the air with your nose. You want to add the breath. Inhale when the nose goes up. Exhale when the nose goes down. And then switch direction. Circles about the size of a tennis ball with your nose. And then release. Okay, good. And now let your back relax. All that time you were sitting tall. Good work. So let your muscles relax. And now we're going to stretch our legs a bit. So let's start with the right leg up. We're going to breathe in, flex, exhale, point, and lower. Alternating leg lifts. Switch. Left leg up. Flex, point as you exhale and lower, and keep going like that. If you want to do this sitting tall, you can, just like we're doing, you can sit before, you can come back to mountain and then do the leg stretch. Okay, it's actually stretch, but it's really strengthening for the front thigh, the leg raises. So your choice, sitting back or tall, but keep going. The point and flex is just the extra variation. Okay, Now we're gonna add in, for the right and left brain, alternate arm and leg raising. So you're gonna stretch your right leg out, left arm up on the inhale. And the pause that everyone just had is why we do that. Although Barbara, you didn't pause, everyone else did. Okay, exhale, lower, yeah, and then you switch. Right arm, left leg, inhale, exhale, lower. Keep going like that. Good. So you're extending the leg out more than up. And it's also a core. So instead of feeling like you're just lifting from the hip and shoulder, you want to, every breath in, you're, opposite arm, you're lifting through the core on inhale. And when you lower, you stay in mountain. So it's nice, the arm can help remind your spine to lift. Just try one or two more. Good. And then relax, massage your knees out. Good work. Okay, now we're going to stretch the leg, the back of the leg, the hamstring. So let's start with your hands under the right knee. We're going to lift the leg up, breathing in, and then stretch the leg out, and then release. And the same thing here, like before. It's easy to want to just kind of collapse the back and just work on the leg, but we try to lift through the core while you stretch. You can go back and forth a few times. When you're ready, you can hold. And as you get more flexible without strain, the legs, over time, the leg can go higher, higher, higher. And then switch. In the age-friendly class yesterday, someone was showing me how she does leg stretch. She was going higher than me. Her leg was way up. Said she used to do that. So, okay, so we sit tall. So extend and release a few times. Just start to see your hands are kind of holding the hamstring muscle behind the thigh. Inhale, extend. Release. One more inhale. Lift through the core. Release. And now we're going to hold, if comfortable. Now, if that doesn't feel good, you also can bring your heel on the ground. You feel more supported. And then the same thing, you lift through the core. And then from there, if you start to fold, you'll feel the back of leg. That's another way to stretch the hamstring. If you're okay to hold the leg in the air, you can do that. And then release, and then massage it out. And let's all try that second way. It's actually called head to knee pose in yoga. So you stretch, let's stretch your right leg out, left leg bends, and the head is going to go towards your right knee. That's the pose, head to knee. You can maybe reach towards the toe, but have the chair, it actually makes it more intense because the pose without the chair is like this, head to knee. But gravity, your legs straight. Since you're on the chair, you actually, gravity further that takes you down, so it makes it more intense of a stretch. So know that chair yoga is not always easier. It could be more intense. You don't have to go too high. You can stay here. And switch when you're ready. You don't want to feel it behind the knee, just in the hamstring, but not too much. Sometimes people's hamstrings shake. That means you're doing too much. Okay, so you sit tall, exhale, start to fold 1 inch at a time. Now the head's going towards your left knee, and if you flex your left foot, pull the toes towards you, it'll deepen the stretch, engaging the front of the leg. It'll strain.
The hardest thing is keeping my back straight.
The back straight, yeah.
It's been so
traumatized, yeah. Maybe for you, if it feels good not to keep it perfectly lengthening.
It's just a matter of doing it.
Just matter of moving. Because some people, I'm always, like, I like to prefer, like, if you see from the side, I like to, for my back, what feels better, I think of lifting like a door hinge. Like a door is kind of flat, so you would just hinge. And I like to do that first, and then at the end, relax. But everyone's back's different. I was listening to something even from a physical therapist who said, actually, some people's backs feel better, like rolling up. Some people's backs lengthening as you come up. And she actually said sometimes the variety of movement's really good for the spine. So you can mix it up sometimes, so as long as it doesn't hurt. But if you feel pressure in your low back, you may feel better tilting the pelvis forward and lengthening. I know for me that feels better. But you can see, it's just basically keep your body moving, no pain is the quick way to know how to do that. Okay, so we're gonna bring our feet together now. Hands to the center of the chest, chin down. We're going to just do 2 sun salutations, simple version. Larry did a bunch last night for the cable show. So we're going to go just 2 simple. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, forward bend. Here's where I was mentioning. You may hinge, or maybe it feels good to round a little bit. Do what feels best, no strain. Okay, when you come up, we're gonna lift the heart and then take your your right leg with you. I'll mirror image you into seated lunge. Good for the hip joint. Exhale, lower and switch. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, mountain inhale. Exhale, cat. We did that earlier. And now cobra. Slide the hands back to your low back, and then you're gonna bring your thumbs, if you can, on the low back. If you can't, you can just bring your hands in front and then move the elbows back. But if you can get your thumbs to press, then you draw the elbows together. If you prefer, you can also do that. Palms flat, fingers down. We're basically trying to get the elbows back to lift the heart. It's the upper back bend. The hands are just to support you. So find which one you prefer, and then relax. Inhale up. Exhale, prayer pose, head to the heart. Okay, one more. Inhale. Exhale, forward bend, half or full. Now we're going to lift your left leg up as you sit tall. Second lunge, left side and lower, and switch. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Mountain inhale, sitting tall. Exhale, cat, a little rounding. Inhale, cobra. This time either hands on the hips like we did, or palms like that behind you, or hands behind you on the chair to go a little further, pressing the hands down as you lift the heart. Okay, now these chairs have little metal bars, so you can, if your body's comfortable to go even deeper, you can hold the metal bars like that, just kind of with your thumb, and then you can lift up from there. You're getting a little resistance from the chair, but that might feel too much. It's up to you. How's that feel? It's good. You also can do that at home if your chair doesn't have open back. You can take your hands under the chair if able, and then lift the heart. Another way to do cobra, and then relax. Okay, inhale. Cobra is good to do like every day because it counteracts gravity, right? Gravity doesn't take us into back bending, especially as we get older, right? But even young 20-year-olds sitting at their desk all day, the body's going forward. So the back bending is really good to keep your posture. Okay, good. And then, we just want to finish that one move. Inhale. Okay, we're going to just go into our cobra again. Breathe in, relax, and then this was the ending. Inhale up. Just want to finish the cycle. Exhale, prayer. Okay, good. That was sun salute. Let's take a 3-breath break. It's very quick, so enjoy it. Okay, close your eyes. Just relax. 3 slow breaths. Feel the back. Relax. Now you always can rest longer. This class, you always can spend another 5-10 minutes relaxing, skip some poses. But for those of you that are comfortable, 3 breaths is up, so let's keep going. We'll relax longer in the end. Okay, we're going to try now the moon salutation. The sun salute is forward and back bend. The moon salute is lateral, side to side. So we'll start like this for moon salute. Hands like a triangle at the navel, feet and legs together. And then let's try that breath we started with. You push the belly out on inhale. Belly pulls in on exhale. And the hands are there to feel the inhale. You push the belly out. Exhale, navel into spine. Try on your own 2 more. Just comfortable, no strain. And then we'll begin the movements for moon salute. So we're going to interlock your fingers, index fingers up. The arms are going to stretch up all the way as much as comfortable. Hug the arms towards the ears. And then now we're going to do a crescent moon from this pose. We did it earlier. Inhale up, switch, but now the hands are together. Same movement for the spine. Okay, 5-point star pose. You stretch your arms out. Keep your buttocks on the chair so you don't slide off. You can do one leg if you need more stability, or 5-point star, both legs straight, toes spread wide, buttocks firm. And your 5 points to your star are your 2 hands, your 2 feet, and your head. 5 points. You're a star shining. And then, okay, from there, hands to the shoulders, feet flat, legs wide. Warrior or goddess warrior, your choice. And then you're going to draw the elbows back. Going to lift. Okay. Practical yoga. Make sure the pants don't slide up. Okay, now we're going to sit tall, breathing in. Breathing out. And now let the eyes close. Bring all the attention to the point between the eyebrows. So feel your goddess or warrior self, strong and confident. Feel the feet on the ground. And And then from there, we're gonna stretch the arms out, palms down. We'll open the eyes. We're gonna come into triangle pose. So we'll stretch your left leg out, breathing in. Okay, and then from here, you're gonna curve to the right. And then side stretch pose. We're gonna do a variation for the chair version. You bring the leg forward, arms up, and we already did this, leg stretch. Side stretch poses really stretches the leg and the spine. Just go gentle. Okay, then inhale up, and then the squat pose. So the seated chair yoga version, the legs go wide, the hands on the legs. You kind of move the knees towards the little toe side, lift the heart, leaning forward. And then if you can get maybe your forearm on the leg, on the first finger if you like. And what you're doing is stretching and opening the hip joint by moving the knees, thighs away from you, and then you lengthen the spine. And breathing. This is a variation from like that. It's just for your knees. You don't have to get up and down unless you want to, but this way you have a chair to support you. Okay, and then coming up, walk in your feet a little closer together. Now we're going to come around the second side. So side stretch with your right leg out, breathing in. Exhale, holding, second side. Take a breath or two. Try to relax as you exhale. And then coming up, you take your right leg to the right for triangle. Arms out, breathing in. And now curve to the left. Arms are moving away from each other on the diagonal. Good, and then back up to our warrior or goddess pose. Palms by the shoulders, and then 5-point star once more. Stretch the arms and legs. Okay, feet flat. Walk your toes, your heels till the feet touch, and then arms together, index fingers up. Sorry, palms together. And then now we're going to curve to the left, crescent moon. Breathing in, exhale right. This is supposed to be representing all the phases of the moon, each pose. Breathing in, the moon salute, and then all the way down, hands to the navel. And let's try one more time. We'll start with the other side. So breathing in, stretching up. Exhale to the left, crescent moon. Inhale center, exhale to the right. Inhale up, 5-point star. Legs stretch, fingers and toes wide, flex the feet. Feet flat, hands by the shoulders, lifting the spine. Goddess or goddess warrior or warrior, your choice. Okay, palms flat, extend the arms. Okay, now we're going to stretch your right leg out. You're going to curve to the left, triangle. And then coming up, bring the right leg forward, slide the hands on the thighs, forward bending as you lift the heart. So side stretch. This is, if you notice, the same as what I called head to knee pose. It's kind of overlapping, but same benefit. For back of leg, okay, come up. Second side. Left leg out. Let's just go right to the side stretch. And then up, and then triangle. So left leg out, right leg to right, arms out, breathing in. And if you notice, we're getting more than stretching. You're working your deltoids every time you're lifting your arms. When you flex your feet, you're engaging the quadricep of your left leg, the straight leg. So you get a little strength for the muscle, not just stretch. Okay, exhale. Inhale up. Goddess or goddess warrior or warrior. One more time. 5-point star last time. Make sure your buttocks are firm on the chair so you don't slide off. Okay, and the standing version is just like that. That's what the difference. Okay, and then feet together, hands together, interlock the fingers, stretch up, breathing in. Okay, last crescent moon, curve to the right. Inhale, center, curve to the left. Inhale, center, slide the hands down the midline to the navel, close your eyes and breathing. Good, and then relax. Little relaxation breaks. Eyes, let your back relax. Observe the body. This is called, in yoga, this is called corpse pose, like a dead body. It means in Sanskrit, corpse. Your body's just completely relaxed, nothing to do right now. When you notice your body after the poses and stretches, notice also how it feels to breathe. Is the breathing slower at all for anyone, do you notice? Any different breathing rhythm?
I think it's slower.
Gets think it's slower?
Because I usually breathe really fast.
Really fast. Okay, so that the benefit to the yoga poses versus just stretching, although stretching may do it too, but when you're really slowing the breath down, I'm saying inhale, exhale, it slows the breath down. Now the benefit to that is when we have a slower breath, this is the science behind it, the parasympathetic nervous system is stimulated. That's the calming nervous system that tells us all is fine. It's the sympathetic nervous system is the fight or flight when the breath gets shorter, and that's when we're genetically running from the tigers in the panic mode. And for adrenaline, you have to get your adrenaline going to run from the tiger or the dinosaur or whoever was coming after you. But now in the modern age, we still sometimes keep the breath short and have extra adrenaline and work out of stress, but there's no tiger running after us. But there's other things in modern age, we feel like the tiger's running after us. But what we're learning with slower breath is that you can actually regulate your stress reaction and your nervous system, which affects your mind and how you feel, just from the breath alone. But when we do these stretches and poses, we're stretching like the muscles along the ribs, so it's easier to breathe. So we're helping our body breathe deeper by opening the posture, lifting tall. But if you also just slow the breath down, the body posture might change too. But that's why I wanted to check in, because if you're noticing maybe a little slower breath after doing the stretches, that's great. The yogis also say slower breath, longer life. They say like less stress, the more, maybe more longevity. But the yogis have another theory I've heard once. They said like you come into this earth with a certain amount of breaths in your life, like predetermined, some say. So if you slow the breath down, you have longer life. That may be a little more mystical way to describe what's good for the immune system, and less stress, better for the immune system. So that's the slow breath. And we started with that breathing technique is slowing the breath down too. Okay, so let's try our balance poses. Why don't we start seated, and then for those you want to stand, we'll try both. Okay, so always can do a seated option in this class. So we'll start with the feet together. We're going to try a pose called the eagle today. So you give yourself a hug. I'll mirror image you, right arm over left. This is going to stretch here. Does anyone get tight here? Like everyone, right? That's where we want to massage. So this pose will stretch that out. To do that, you see from the side, you're going to lift your elbows up as the shoulders go down. So it's an isolation. So it's not just lifting the arm and shoulder, but it's the shoulders dropping as the elbows lift. Okay, everyone's got it, but we're going to hold it up. If it's too much, you just stop where you need so it's not hurting. And then the next step is to release your hands up. Okay, and then just to show from the side, if that's hurting, like here, like that's hurting, the eagle is like, could be like this or this, but if that's hurting, you just go a little lower. You can stay in the hugging position. So there's no strain. Is it the arm muscle you're feeling?
Right here.
Yeah, stretching the arm muscle. So maybe lower is better
It's the
for you.
shoulder that's been busted.
Okay, from injury. So you always can just go lower. There's also a leg part to this.
Okay.
That's just half of it, is the eagle. The leg part is you're going to take the opposite leg over. So if your right arm's on top, your left leg goes over the right. Either ankle crosses, or if you can, the leg crosses. And then you keep the action going. This is the eagle. This is why people sometimes think yoga's, they say you put your body like a pretzel. Poses like this. So your right leg's over from the side. The elbows are going up as the shoulders go down. Eagle. And then breathing. If you want, you can also bow forward. If the elbows go forward, you'll stretch the shoulder more. Do you feel that action? So the movement of elbows forward to stretch the upper back. And then come out when you're ready. Okay, roll it out. Now, that's a modification. I called it a balance pose. We're going to switch sides in a moment. But notice, because we lifted one leg, so you're on one foot. That's why it's a balance pose. But it's a balance pose because the pose is usually done in the exact same shape, but without the chair. That's why I called it a balance pose, because it's literally a balance pose. But since this is senior stretch and chair, you might be happy to have the chair for support. Okay, that way you don't put pressure on your knee, but just to see where it comes from. Okay? Very happy. Okay, so let's do the second side. So left arm over right. Give yourself a hug. This part's easy, right? Feels good. Little self-love moment. And then now, here's the stretch part for the trapezius. Elbows up, shoulders down. Next step, if you can, the hands go up. So you see how here my elbows are below my shoulders? I'm trying to kind of get them in line, same parallel plane. Elbow up as the shoulders go down. The next step, maybe the hands go up. And then if the elbows move away from the body, you're going to stretch between the shoulder blades. If it doesn't feel good, you just lower or here, you just modify. Okay, now the leg part. So opposite leg over. I'll leave it up to you. Which leg is that? Yeah, right leg. It's the right-left brain work again. Purposely, these are good for the brain. You can cross the ankle if that feels better, right? Ankle over or leg over. You can bow forward. The last part is the foot hooking behind. Forget that. There, you got the toe under. That's it.
That's it.
Wherever you can go. And then come up. Okay, roll it out.
I think my fake knees are rebelling.
Rebelling. So you can just do the arm part. Skip the leg part.
Oh, no, it's good for me. I mean,
Not rebelling
fake
in a...
knees or not, they should bend.
Okay.
That's what knees.
Knees do bend, but make sure it doesn't no paint. Rebelling, not in a,
No,
but not in
no,
a painful
just-
way. You know your body. I'm always so careful with everyone because if people are new to the stretching yoga, sometimes they'll want to overstretch, so I always go extra gentle. But if you know your body, we do want to, it's good to.
It's been fixed so often.
Yeah, and you're right. And actually, it's not always gentle. Don't do anything. You have to keep moving the body and keep it going, or it gets worse. It malfunctions. Yeah. Okay. So does anyone want to try that eagle pose standing version with the chair? No, no one wants to. Okay.
I'm
Okay.
very happy because I
Okay.
can't fall from sitting.
You can't fall from sitting. And just to show you what the standing version is,
Okay.
just to show you, we won't have to do it today, but the standing version, you hold the chair. So when I'm teaching senior stretch or chair yoga, I never not do
You're
the
not-
chair.
Oh,
You thought you were gonna have to
Yeah,
do the
right.
pose like I was showing you,
Yes.
and you're like, no way, because my knees. But what I'm gonna show you is the way you can do it.
It's not my knees, it's fear.
Fear of falling, right? But in this class, always support it. You never have to do that with chair. So if you want to try, you can watch first and decide. We're going to break it up instead of the whole thing together, just the legs, just the arms. So you always have support. So this one, you hold the chair. It's more stable feet hip width, but you could do it feet together. But hip width a little more stable. So we bend the knees. Okay, that's the first step. That might be enough, and you come out. It's leg straight. But the next step. Take one foot in front, lift the heel. So this is where you're bringing weight to one leg. Notice my knees bent. I'm working my leg muscles. That's not so simple. You're working strength. That's not stretch. The next step is like that. Breathing. The balance part is you can maybe lift the foot for a breath or two or more and lower. That's all it is. I'm just modifying this. Because you may not want to do that today, but maybe next week. But this, most people, if you can comfortably stand holding the chair, you can maybe do this and just play around with lifting the heel. It can be simple like that. It doesn't have to. You don't have to take the heel off the ground. So let's start by going behind the chair. So we'll start slow. This is mountain pose for balance. So you start first. Just hold the chair. See that your toes point forward, feet parallel. Okay, and then maybe rock the weight a little bit right to left foot. Till it feels balanced, equal between the feet. Now this is actually a balance pose. We're balancing on 2 feet. You might stand throughout the day and not think about it, but in mountain,
I can't make my feet like yours.
parallel.
No, I can't. I mean,
Is that comfortable?
No.
No.
It's not hurtful.
It's not hurtful, but it's hard to get parallel.
It's not standing properly.
Yeah, because you've had surgeries, maybe for you it's a little different. Maybe parallel doesn't feel good.
My ankles are busted too.
Yeah.
There's almost not a joint that wasn't.
So
Maybe my elbow.
So definitely for you, maybe I'm suggesting parallel. That's like if you don't have
Can
injuries.
I stand in like second position?
Sure. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm suggesting mountain but if you've had injuries or the joint, your alignment might have not healed the same. So definitely stand what's comfortable that you can stand.
They didn't. One has a lump.
Yeah. Stand for you different than I'm suggesting. Injuries we have to modify. I'm giving like a general.
Thank you.
Yeah, but feel free. It's just some of us, if we have no injury, we might do this, stand out, and then it's better for your back to align. But if you had injury, do what you can do. Okay, so the next step, bending the knees. And that's a pose called the mighty pose. It's leg strength. You feel that? Your glute? Okay, then come up straight. Make sure it doesn't hurt the knee. The next step, we bend. Okay, now we're going to shift the weight to your right leg. Step your left foot out in front. And Your right leg's bent a bit. Now your weight is gonna go more to the right leg. Stop where you need, only if okay, lift the left heel. That's the next step. The next step is you bring the foot in front. Now it's getting harder for balance, but you have the chair to hold. The last step is to lift the foot. It doesn't have to all happen today, which is, yeah. The only other one was the foot hook. We'll skip that today. Good, and then come out. Does that feel okay in the knees? Okay, so there's your balance. You did it. You all didn't want to stand up, but see, we break it down, it's possible. Okay, everything step by step is possible. So we're going to bend the knees, second side. And you can stand tall, feel both feet equally pressing into the earth. Take a breath. And there's just, this is good alone for like fall prevention and balance, just mountain pose or this mighty pose. This comes from a pose like that. So just this alone is good, but for the one leg a little harder for balance, you take your right foot in front, bend the left knee. And only if comfortable, be careful for injury. You may not want to go on one leg, maybe 2 feet's enough to balance, but otherwise you lift the right heel and then you move it towards your left foot. May not all happen today, we're just trying it. We got every week to practice to go further. The last step, optional, may not be today, it's just lifting the foot. Good, and then the rest is just wrapping around, but we're gonna just break it down, legs only. Okay, good. Shake it out. Come back to the chair. Good work. All right, you did it. I love it when people say, no, I'm not going to do it, and then we have to do it. There was a yoga teacher, Precautions Lynch, who's 100 years old. And she says she had a hip replacement, and the doctor said she's never going to do full lotus again. That's this pose. Yeah. You sit cross-legged on the ground. She said as soon as the doctor said that, I said I have to do it. So she was determined, and now she was able to do it again. And she's 100 years old, still teaching, practicing, doing her full lotus in a shoulder stand and all these other poses. No. Yes. It's all her, yeah, but it's all her. A lot of it's her mind that was determined. She said she's been all over the media. She's really wonderful. But she says she wakes up every day and she thinks today's going to be the best day of my life.
There you go.
Positive thinking.
But I think it is also, I've had 2 hip replacements on my left hip and 1 on my right. And the doctor always says, oh, you can walk. That's all I want. And I said, well, I want more than that.
Yeah.
A lot more than that. He said, what do you want? I said, I want to be able to move. He said, well, what do you do? I said, I'm working on it.
There you go. Keep the goals.
Because I thought his goals were pathetic. I mean, at that point, I was limping like you can't believe.
It's good to have the mind frame. Always get the goals reach higher than you even might do. And then, right, they say reach for the stars.
Yeah.
Reach for the stars, see where you fall. Is that what they say?
Well,
right?
I reach for the stars and don't fall.
And don't fall. That's right. No pun intended on this one.
Forget that.
And obviously, in this teacher, Precautions Lynch, she was doing the yoga before. It's not like necessarily.
No, but she got it back.
She got it back,
which
yeah.
Would be contraindicated if you listen to orthopedic surgeons.
Right, and maybe it could be or should be for most, but she's but more positive thinking she want to do it. I know another yoga master, Dharma Mitra, he had, I think, a knee or hip replacement. So he says he's actually more comfortable, and then cross-legged now he sits in the chair. He calls it Egyptian pose, what I've been calling mountain pose. Yeah. He says he sits like that to meditate. He says if you can meditate like that a few hours a day, you'll be fine. 3 hours a day, he says you'll be fine. But he's a master level. But the point is he's saying even if you can't sit comfortably cross-legged lotus, then you sit in a chair. You modify, but then you get the benefit for the mind. Okay, so that was eagle, which is a little challenge with the balance. So let's end with our relaxation pose. Since we have so many chairs in the room, you're each gonna, Larry will demo. Just like that, bring your feet up on the chair. Yeah. Okay, that's all it is. I'll bring a chair around for everyone. Feet up on the chair is optional. Now, and if the chair is too high, you take one foot up then the other. If the chair is too high, let's see.
Okay.
Okay, so let's try it. If it's too high, just keep the feet on the ground. So it's called legs up on the chair pose for relaxation. So if you don't want to bring your feet up on the chair, you can just keep the feet on the ground, relaxation like that. But the legs up on the chair is good for circulation and elevates your legs. So it's kind of like the corpse we've been doing, palms skyward, but now your legs are elevated. So you can close your eyes. I was saying if it's not comfortable legs on the chair, bring the feet on the ground, but some chairs maybe at home have a little bar on the bottom.
Right.
So, or you could put like a cushion or blanket so you can have your feet like there, if not here. Okay, but these chairs, just go where it's comfortable. And then close close your eyes. And take a few slow, deep breaths in and out through the nose. And then just notice the body like we did in the beginning of class. Feel the back relaxing, shoulders relaxing, the arms relaxing. Feel the hands relaxing and the fingers relaxing. Feel the legs relaxing, the feet, the toes relaxing. Feel the neck relaxing and the throat relaxing. Feel the eyes relaxing and the face relaxing. Relaxation pose. And then deepen the breath a little bit to come out, breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. So keep the eyes closed, just breathe a little deeper now. And then just slowly start to wiggle the fingers and the toes. And then start to lower the feet down onto the floor. And we'll come back to how we started. This class is technically senior stretch, which doesn't include relaxation. But because I'm really a chair as well, I add that part in, which is really nice. That just leaves you refreshed. Yeah, so it's not just stretching and exercise, but then you feel calm. Yeah, so it's not just stretching and exercise, but then you feel calm for the day. So let's just join our palms to prayer if you like, honoring yourself for doing the practice today, for getting here, for being disciplined to do the work so you get the benefits. And if you want to honor each other, you can let each other's eyes meet and the heart bounce. In India, Nepal, they say namaste. Namaste means like my truth honors your truth. Namaste. In Thailand and some other countries, they just do the gesture. So good work, everyone.